Hello, kids. Hello. I'm going live. This one is I'm gonna do this video, and I'm going out on a limb here. I'll give you a little something up front. Let's give you something nice up front because this video is anger management. There's a reason I titled it that. Um, I'm not going to read from my Bible tonight, um, but I'm going to give you OMG facts. I got to give credit to this business, whatever it is. A goldfish named Tish lived to be 43 years old, making it the oldest goldfish ever. Now you know. All right. Well, where to begin? Where to begin? There's so much. I do have anger issues. I do have anger issues. I am angry. Why? Why are you angry all the time, Jim? Well, I'm not angry all the time, but the direction that things are going right now is, to me, is cause for me to be not happy. I'm not happy with the direction that things are going. Why? Why? Because the ideology that is going on is intrusive to me. It is intrusive to me specifically. Why? Well, because my kids are in public schools. Well, you can take your kids out of public schools, Jim. You don't have. Yeah, no, I can't. No, I can't. They are subject to the things that the federal government is force feeding them. I don't have any choice in the matter. I cannot afford a private school. I have to send my kids to school for that to happen. I have to go by everything that I'm told to do. Um, the criteria that they're being taught. Um, listen, science. Okay, this is all going back to Facebook. To me, staying on Facebook. I hate Facebook. I'm telling you right now, I despise Facebook. Why do I stay? Why do I keep doing it? Because there's nowhere for me to fall back to. There is nowhere for me to go. Um, to have a voice, to be heard. They're pushing things back. They're censoring common sense. What is common sense? Well, uh, when I was in school, I was told that Pluto was a planet. Pluto is no longer a planet. I was told that we went to the moon. Now they're saying, well, we destroyed the technology. We would go back to the moon in a nanosecond. This is a literal. Uh, I am. What's the word I'm looking for? I'm quoting a scientist from NASA who said we would go back to the moon in a nanosecond if we could. We went to the moon in 65, 69, and you're telling me that we can't go back in 2022. Someone is lying. Something does not make sense. Common, fundamental, dumb sense that don't make sense. That don't add up. Something's either he's delusional or I'm being lied to or something. I mean, let's keep things like it is, man. That's why I'm sticking around on Facebook, is because I'm picking this fight. I'm picking this fight. You cannot keep telling me that red is blue and up is now down, and because it makes me angry. It makes me angry. It insults my intelligence. It's insulting me. They're pushing towards socialism. The dollar bill, places won't even take cash now. I'm being told that there's some kind of a crazy virus going around. And listen, man, I've watched old people in the week die from the flu my entire life. I've been in this earth for half of a century. Nothing has changed. For me, nothing has changed. I'm seeing the same things go on right now that I have watched my entire life. I hear words. I hear people flapping their jaws. And basically, from what I have come to the realization of in 5 minutes, you stay with me. if I do opposite of what they're telling me to do, I'm probably going to be better off. The opposite of what who's telling you to do? Well, the media, this. They throttle back anything with any kind of common sense. They tell me that I have to say that this man is a woman. Whenever I'm watching him walk around with a penis and testicles, it defies any logic whatsoever. And there are so many people on board with this madness, people I know, that it is fascinating to me. I mean, where are we going to fall back to from that? Am I supposed to just nod and smile at every single thing that happens? Honestly, it would be so much easier if I could just fall into some kind of sense of delusion. And other than what, unfortunately, reality and a mountain of evidence denies me of that luxury. I can't go into the delusion. Maybe I don't see any place for me in this world. I was banned from Facebook today because I watched this little man get up and say, "There is no heaven. If there is a heaven and it's so good, why don't you can just go to it today?" Well, what he's saying is, well, you can just kill yourself. That's what he's saying. In not so many words, that is what I hear coming out of that little man's mouth. So what I fired back with was, if there's nothing after this world, why wouldn't I just go and take and do and steal and rob and cheat and lie any way that I so pleased? What difference does it make? It's a good thing for people to believe that they're going to have to answer for something they do in this world. That is common sense. You don't want a bunch of savages. What you'll have is a bunch of crazy idiots that are just simply thinking about what they want to do next for the next second. And that's not going to be good for that little 5'1" man who cannot defend himself in that situation. What will happen is we'll go back to savagery, and the strong will take whatever they want. I made a mistake and said, well, if that was the case and there is no heaven, then that little man right there, I would just rob him, steal from him, and take whatever I wanted from him. Because why wouldn't I? What difference does it make? And I still don't understand. And the fact of the matter is, at the end of the day, I've done a little research, and that man was the leader of the cult, and they got in all kinds of trouble because they had committed murder and done whatever they wanted to. They had abused other people. That's what that leads to. When people believe that there is no consequences for anything we do here, it leads to madness and chaos. Order does not come from chaos. There has to be some kind of a standard for us to live up to, and that is why I'm sticking around on Facebook and subjecting myself to that. Oh God, it's awful. It's awful, but we cannot keep falling back. If all the smart people fall back and don't say anything and act like they're a bystander in this thing, you're going to be eaten. There's not going to be a future for your kids, for your grandkids. That's what's going to happen. Call me a prophet, because I see this clear as a bell. Socialism, they're pushing socialism. We want socialism. We want what you're doing is you're taking. Venezuela is socialist. Have you looked at any of the socialist nations in this world? They don't work. It doesn't work. Show me a model that has been successful of socialism where the people have not starved and been abused by a very teeny tiny collective of. I'm trying not to cuss. I'm trying to keep my language in the right. I would get a lot more done if I could just say what I wanted to completely. By a very small collective of individuals who don't give a flying crap about them. At the end of the day, they don't care about you. That's why they want to disarm you. They can't. It's hard to abuse an armed population. You understand? The only thing keeping them off of us right now is the fact that the United States of America is armed to the gills. Our forefathers saw all of this coming. They saw it. And what has happened for them to get rid of our Constitution in this USA, is that they have had to absolutely and utterly abandon any reason and common sense that exists whatsoever. They're you down on purpose. If you believe everything that you see on the news, after they have been bona fide liars, they have been caught lying. Hillary did not step off of an airplane under sniper fire. Are you kidding me? Come on, man. Snap out of it. That's a lie. Matter of fact, it is a factual. It's a fact that that's a lie. I don't know. It started for me whenever I found out that dinosaurs was not gray. Listen, a dinosaur, let me break this down for you and put it into layman's terms and make this real simple for you. A lizard grows its entire life. It's documented in this book, in this Bible. The only truth I've ever gotten that hasn't changed over time in my short time on this world, that men lived hundreds of years, centuries. A lizard grows its entire life. Go figure. An iguana that is 500 years old would be a dinosaur. So yeah, whenever dinosaurs, I found out they wasn't gray, I was like, well, I've been lied to. I've been lied to. Um, let's see. All right. So also, I went to the Smithsonian Institute when I was a boy, just a boy. I saw the lunar module. I think it was the automobile, that thing they drove around, or they left their spaceship and supposedly went to the moon on. Oh, come on, man. When I was looking at that thing, it looked like a bunch of tin foil and a dune buggy, a glorified dune buggy. It was garbage. I was 10 years old sitting there thinking, I don't believe you. I don't. I didn't tell anybody because they were saying, well, you're crazy. You're NASA, this and that. Oh, bullshit. Come on, man. I just don't believe them. I don't have to. I don't have to believe everything they tell me. I don't have to. They can't make me. And at this point, I'm putting my patriot hat on. I'm done listening to the garbage. Someone has to stand for something. If not you, then who? If not me, who? So yeah, I do have some anger issues. I'll admit that. Being lied to continuously bothers me. Having my intelligence insulted bothers me. I can't help it. I wish it didn't. I wish I could fall in and just believe everything that they say like everyone else. But unfortunately, I have read some history. And what men are good at, let me tell you what men are good at. They're good at lying. They're good at lying. And what happens whenever a population becomes unable to defend itself is they are abused by its leadership every single time. Every time. Every time. That's what happens. So maybe this time will be different. Maybe we'll save us from ourselves. And maybe when a small collective gets in control of us, they'll be kind to us and do the right thing. You think? I don't. I don't believe that for a second. Why am I doing this? It's not for me. Everything now for me is extra. I'm doing this for my kids. I'm doing this for my grandkids. I'm saying these things for my kids and my grandkids, because they're not going to have. If we don't stand for something, they are completely screwed, man. They're completely screwed. You're not a bystander in this. Grow up. Grow up. I say this stuff out of love. I say it because I care. It'd be easier just to not care. Thanks for tuning in. Maybe this isn't Christ's name. That's where common sense comes from. It's the only hope I've ever had in this world. It sure as hell is not from any man. Not a single one of you. Not me, not you, or any of those. May God help us all, because we're going to need it. I promise you that.